WLTZ First News Today continues in high definition.
Hi, good morning and welcome back. We have been talking about mental health all month long. We're wrapping up the end of this month with talking about mental health issues, and joining me now is Joanne Allen Sutton, and she is an advocate for suicide prevention, and she's here to give us some tips and enlighten us on some things that we may not often talk about, or things that may be kind of taboo, so that we can have these conversations with each other. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you been?
I've been good.
Awesome, awesome. So as I was saying, we're wrapping up Mental Health Awareness Month. So I wanted to top off our conversation with this question. Do you think that mental health is, do you think suicide is kind of tied into mental health?
It is, in a way. It's just suicide is the end of all. That's what a lot of times mental health issues that are not addressed, that are not taken care of, that people don't get help for, unfortunately they succumb to that. So, and it's still a taboo topic because, again, nobody wants to talk about, you know, taking their own lives. But I think that, you know, right now we're actually doing a much better job because the awareness is out there.
We are, and it's something, again, that isn't so much taboo anymore, and we're trying to pretty much debunk that. So let me ask you this. What do you think about people that have the mindset of saying, oh, I don't know how you can do that. You know, how could you do that to yourself? How could you kill yourself? What do you have to say to people that say those things so they can understand or kind of get an idea of what could possibly be going through your mind when you have, like, for people that have, you know, gone through that?
Well, I would say that you have to put yourself in their shoes, because a lot of times, you know, everyone deals with life differently. Everyone deals with issues totally different. And you don't really know what's going on in a person's life to really make that kind of judgment. And that a lot of times, because of that judgment, because of that criticism, that's why people just kind of shut down and they go into that place of isolation, because it's like, I can't really share with you how I feel because this is how you actually look at me. Like, why would you want to do something like this? Well, you don't know what I'm going through right now.
And let me ask you this, because we are out on summer, a lot of the kids are at home, you know, and things are a little different than what they were when we were kind of in high school with the pressures of social media. You know, you never know really what your kid is going through. So if you can tell our viewers and tell me, you know, what are some things that that you can look for signs that someone may be really dealing with depression just in general?
Well, a lot of times, because depression is something that's silent, is something that you cannot just see and say, hey, that person is depressed. But there are telltale signs that you can pinpoint when a person who is normally, you know, joyful, they're happy, you know, if they just suddenly change from that, then that could be a telltale sign. You know, someone, you know, I know teenagers, you know, back when I was a teenager, I loved to sleep in, but a lot of times that is another sign to look for. You know, pay attention to your children's social media use, their internet use, because a lot of times, you know, they could be Googling things, they can be looking up stuff that you would have never thought they would have. Be looking up, you know, like how to kill myself, what to do when I'm depressed, you know, stuff like that. You know, again, like you said, the kids nowadays, they didn't deal with, you know, we're not dealing with the stuff that we dealt with back then.
Okay, well, you know, I hate to wrap this conversation up, but are you able to come back and we can talk more about this issue? And guys, if you missed this, you can go on our website. It'll be posted there. It'll be on our Facebook page. You can share it there. And before we leave, we're going to put her Facebook page up really quick. Go and contact her, like her page, and that's how you'll be able to reach out to her if you need her. We'll have that information up there. We go right there. All right, right now we're going to throw it over to Miller for Maine weather.
And now, WLTZ.